wanted to talk a little bit today about how diversity and inclusion, conflict resolution, and the arts all weave together. Diversity and inclusion is at the heart of both conflict resolution and the arts. When we're looking at all of these elements, it really dawned on me that, if we are not building diverse and inclusive relationships, we're really missing the mark. And to me, building diverse and inclusive relationships, that is building healthy relationships, right? So conflict resolution and the arts are really great tools to build relationships. And in particular, if you think about art projects all around the world, the arts is being used even in vulnerable areas, even in situations that have gone through major war, major turmoil. The arts, they are being used as common projects to bring people together. So it's not even about the art project, it's about people coming together from different sides of the tracks, different areas, different belief systems, different families, all of that, and then coming together and getting to do something that's really neutral, something that you don't have to necessarily talk politics and talk belief system, all of that. You don't have to get into kind of the weeds with what may divide us ultimately. You can ultimately focus on what unifies us. So the arts has been used for relationship building for forever and continues to be used even internationally. And then also we're looking at conflict resolution. So what is that? That's learning new tools to begin to interact with each other to where we can actually resolve conflict, transform conflict, even diffuse conflict before it gets to a place that it's almost, I don't ever want to say you can't find a resolution, but to where it's harder. It gets really, really hard to find a resolution. And we see that internationally. We see that, all over the world in areas that have been in conflict for decades and decades. So that's something that we want to look at just even in our own relationships, whether that is with our family members, with our friends, our coworkers. How do we begin to resolve conflict in a way, or handle conflict or approach conflict in a way that it doesn't begin to snowball and then really divide us, and we end up not talking to somebody that we really care about and want to engage with for years and years, or something like that. So that's where conflict resolution can be really helpful. And we learn about how do we typically handle conflict. What do we do? What do we usually say? How do we usually act? How do we usually feel? And how can we use that awareness as a tool and for positive answers, resolution, solutions, etc. Also, it's beginning to think of diversity, inclusion, not only as this buzzword, as something that's like out there, or something that we might do a training over, or something we might, learn a little about. It's really how do we integrate diversity and inclusion into our own workplaces, our own families, our own social circles, and what does that really look like? What are the action items? What are the tangible things? What are the benchmarks? What are the milestones that we can begin to track and be aware of as we're really integrating that diverse and inclusive environment? So, in that diverse and inclusive culture, this is really, really important work, and it's at the heart of our relationship building and how we create a more peaceful and harmonious future for all of us. And so thank you so much for tuning in. And we'd love to visit with you on how we can take this journey together and continue to learn, explore, and grow in a more diverse and inclusive direction and way through all of these cool tools that we have. Thanks again. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.